What does Atiba Hutchinson mean to this national team program?
He's the gold standard. He's the leader. He embodies, I think, everything that this country is about.
It's great to have Atiba Hutchinson back in the Canadian national team. He's one of the best players Canada's ever produced.
His humility, his grace, his presence, but his fierceness.
One of the most underrated Canadian sports stars in the history of this country.
Not only do I want to succeed for myself, my family, my country, but I want to succeed for Atiba.
Atiba is more than just the best men's European soccer player ever for Canada. He might be the best person to ever have put on this jersey.
On game day, the streets of Istanbul come alive. Turkish league giants Beşiktaş are a local powerhouse, and their ravenous fan base elevate their star players to folk heroes, including midfielder Atiba Hutchinson. Atiba might be relatively unknown back home in Canada, but not in Turkey.
For most of the people, Atiba he's like a symbol, he's like a legend for Beşiktaş fans. When it comes to sportsmanship, Atiba is giving them a great example. Most of the kids consider him as a role model. It's quite difficult to achieve this in Turkey.
The people, the fans, they really took me in. You get that kind of love and that kind of treatment, you really want to give that much more.
This is where Atiba learned to become a leader, well before earning the captain's armband for Canada's national squad.
Atiba is a player you can always count on. You know, when you need him at the most difficult times, he will be there. He's 39 now. Every single training, like he's trying to be the best he can.
A good leader should know how to handle pressure and how to take pressure out of his teammates. And Atiba is great at doing this.
What?
Don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Here is crazy. That's
touch on it! Hold on. Finish. Yo, just a second. What happened? Handball. I hit with my shoulder.
No, here, your bicep. Your bicep.
Atiba grew up in Brampton, the son of soccer-loving Trinidadian immigrants. He immediately excelled on the pitch.
He was outstanding at 6 years old. 6, 7, 8.
9, 10, he was like, he's going places. You know, he's gonna go make it on big teams.
That's when things really took off for me. I really enjoyed those moments. I had the love right away as soon as I started playing.
I tell him I would like him to play for Canada. And he had no doubt that he wanted to play for Canada. You know, then that's what happened.
The 39-year-old has enjoyed an overlooked yet highly successful career in European soccer, which has complemented his national team play.
2016 Men's Player of the Year and Turkish Superliga champion, Atiba Hutchinson.
Atiba first played internationally for Canada in 2004, and he's seen many days of frustration along the way. How would you describe kind of the state of the national program when you were young, getting into it?
Yeah, it was hard.
set the stage. Why is this game against Honduras so important?
Course of the next 90 minutes will determine Canada's fate in this World Cup qualifying cycle.
We needed just 1 point to get through to the next round, and that was something in our heads. Maybe, we got off to a really bad start.
Honduras has scored right away. Jerry Bankson. Oh my goodness. And it's 3-0. Martinez.
This is becoming ugly very, very quickly.
Everything they did, worked out in their favor, and everything we did was against us.
Across. My goodness. Martinez curls one. Make it in a half a dozen. It's 6-0.
At that point, your heads are down. You don't really know what to say.
It's not losing that's the issue. It's how you lose sometimes.
The hardest defeat of our careers.
It's a loss of historic proportions, 8-1.
Remember how you felt walking off the pitch after that game?
I remember it, I remember it clearly. You definitely feel like you've let a whole nation down.
Despite the lean years to come, Atiba remained loyal to the Canadian program until getting second thoughts as the 2022 World Cup cycle began. At that time, if I had been talking to you about, looking forward with Canada Soccer, could you have seen a future for yourself?
I didn't. I really believed that it was going to be, hard to put Canada back in the right place.
He wanted to give up, with the national team. And I think it's John Herdman who was the one who called him and talked to him and tell him that he need him.
And the conversation was just, you've waited all your life for this moment. We're going to make this happen, but I can't do it without you. This country, this team needs you now more than ever before.
It was an important call for me because it really pushed me on and gave me that confidence, to have a coach that still believes in me at that age to be involved with the national team.
It's it! Atiba! It had to be!
Atiba was trusted with the captaincy.
Legend of Atiba Hutchinson continues to grow!
And that belief was passed forward to a new generation of Canadian stars.
Goal! Alphonso Davies! Are you kidding me? It's the Iceman in the hot heat of San Salvador!
Atiba has now played more international games than any man in Canadian history, all the while being a consistent, reliable leader.
It's mostly just, the effort that I try to give on the pitch, with the work ethic. I want to fight and give everything I can for, my teammates.
Benjamin Button, he's like fine wine. What he's doing, it should be studied.
He lays the foundation for the new Canadians to remind them about what this country is, what it's about.
It means a lot. It's truly a big honor. His journey has been truly incredible.
He's our guy. He's the guy. He's seen it all. He's been through so many cycles. For him to still be here at his age and to have this level, it's amazing to see.
We're lucky as a nation. We're lucky as a country, as a team, to have him as our captain.
Canadian dream. I'm sure we all felt that, maybe that moment wouldn't have come for me, especially when I started getting older, and just to get that, that bit of success and, to help be a part of having Canada qualify for a World Cup right at the end of my career it's really a dream come true.